Hello and welcome to Dice Masters United. I'm Spug.
I'm Ben.
I'm James.
And I'm Peter.
Coming up in this episode,
we're revealing some exclusive spoilers from the upcoming Secret Wars set.
We have 5 cards to mull over, including the first reveal of an as-of-yet unseen character in the set.
And with the latest Black Panther film hitting cinemas around the world, we'll be asking which version of the Wakandan hero or heroine you would have in your Dice Masters team.
All that and more in the latest episode of Dice Masters United.
yes, indeed. Well, here we are again. It's good to have you with us on this fine evening. Well, it's a fine evening for us. I'm not sure what part of the day is for you when you're listening, but that's entirely your business and certainly none of mine. But thank you for joining us for the latest episode of Dice Masters United. And as James said there, we are very excited and privileged to have some exclusive new spoilers to bring to you. So many thanks to the good people over at WizKids, to Jimmy and Sabrina in the marketing team there for sharing some spoilers with us. We are looking forward to revealing these 5 cards from the Secret Wars set. It is pretty exciting to be able to share some new stuff with you. 5 cards, although I think one is a reprint. I must say that now. But it's still exciting to get stuff from an upcoming set. Are we pumped, guys? Are we pumped?
You sound positively giddy.
Spoilers!
Yeah, I know. Well, it's always great to get some spoilers. I'm also a bit thrown by the fact that as we're doing this call at the moment, James's camera is actually positioned upside down. So it's just throwing. It's just throwing. I'm just seeing the top of his head in an upside down way. It's very.
No, that's actually the right way around. That's just
you're sitting on the ceiling.
It's Bizarro James.
Yeah, that's right.
Dancing on the ceiling.
All right. Well, we've got 5 cards. Should we get into some spoilers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good. I'm glad to hear that excitement. Peter, why don't you start with the first one? Invulnerability,
which is a reprint. It's a 2-cost basic action. It says until end of turn, when one of your attacking character dice is KO'd, return it to the field zone. And it has a global pay a bolt target character die gets +1 attack.
Yay!
Some pretty cool art. Very angry Hulk.
It is. I mean, we don't talk about art on a podcast, obviously, but it is pretty cool. And actually, this is the third. This will be the 3rd version we've had of this card, I think, isn't it?
At least
I think so. Yeah.
No.
It was in AVX.
AVX, that's it.
No.
Is that it? No.
It was in X-Men Forever. I think you'll find.
Okay. Yeah.
Slightly different wording, but it's got the actually. Apologies. The AVX one has got slightly different wording because I think
it's
they were
old.
fined. Yeah, it's old, but they've brought it back. Well, I guess a bit like the nature of the card. This basic action can't be KO'd. It keeps returning to the field. It's the 3rd time we've got this particular thing. We've had it in AVX. We've had it in X-Men Forever. And now we've got it in Secret Wars. Ben, are you excited or a bit?
Well, okay, so I think a lot of people would look at this card and not be very particularly over-enthusiastic about it. I mean, it's a 2-cost basic action that's almost never been played.
Yeah.
It's bought for the pump global, right?
Mm.
However, I think there's a use for it in a fairly meta relevant team. I think at the moment.
Oh, I know. I think I know where you're going with this.
Where am I going with it?
Master Mold.
I'm not going with Master Mold, but I could be. I suppose.
You could be.
That's true. But isn't the point of Master Mold you want to KO him so you refill him next turn?
True, but would you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, would he spit out a token if you did KO him with this? Because does he count as properly being KO'd? I assume he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
when it is KO'd,
it's not
you
a
return
KO,
it.
It's not a KO
Not
replacement.
when it would be KO'd or anything. Yeah.
Okay, go on and Ben, what are you thinking?
So anti-monitor common Mobius, the 5-cost fist, which reads, when anti-monitor attacks, you may KO any number of your character dice.
Oh, yes.
For each die you do, your opponent KOs one of their character dice.
Yes.
So I think this was played a little bit of World. I think maybe at least one team I know of ran it to some success. I mean, I think this might be an interesting piece for that puzzle. One of the problems with anti-monitor is you clear your field, right? So you give your opponent a turn on the backswing.
Yeah.
But if your character just returns to the field, it's a little bit like the old Hope Thunderbird combo.
Yeah.
But on a 2-cost basic action, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my Red Eyes Black Dragon team, kind of.
Oh, you're getting...
Remember you attack with that and blow up the whole field?
You're getting misty-eyed.
The nice thing about that is the Pump Global also works with the anti-monitor quite nicely. So I think actually, don't be too unenthusiastic. It's pretty cool with that anti-monitor team. I'm excited to try that out.
Yeah. And you could, I mean, this might be stretching it a bit, but you could use it with the uncommon Moira from Dark Phoenix Saga that says when Moira is KO'd, prep a die from your use pile.
Oh.
That could be quite...
Yeah, a bit of recycling.
You could use
on
that.
the field.
Yeah. You could...
we should point out that the KO dice have to be attacking, and when they return, they're no longer attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good
all right, because
point,
you want them
James.
to defense. You just attack with everything. KO everything, clear your opponent's field, go through with whatever you want to.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, that one's back again in vulnerability. I mean, like you say, Ben, I think a lot of people use it for the pump.
Yeah, I can't remember a time when invulnerabilities had such a good counterpiece to it. By counterpiece, I mean not a counter. I mean
a compliment.
A compliment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's probably true. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. It could work nicely with that. Okay, should we move on to the next one, James? Why don't you give us
Sure.
Groot?
Oh, don't.
You ruined it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it back. I'll take it back. Why don't you edit that out afterwards? You edit that out. James, why don't you bring us the next card?
Groot, bark and fight.
You didn't do it.
It's a 3. It's a 3-cost shield, and I think that's the cheapest Groot's ever been that I can remember. I think he's got his normal. No, he's not got his normal stats. He grows, doesn't he? No, because they're not normally. It's a 0-1-2, 1-2-6, 2-3-7. Is it?
Yeah, he's normally on his level 1. This is my
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And his ability says, when fielded, target character die can't block this turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good out.
what's the he's got an affiliation that I've not seen before. It's like a hammer.
Yeah, it's the Thor Gore or something.
Thor Core. Thor Core, isn't it?
Is that what it's called?
A bunch of heroes are made into Thors to patrol the galaxy.
Yeah, they were the intergalactic police.
So he's got his own version of
his hammer.
Yeah.
Of Meow.
Meow meow.
Meow. Exactly. Oh yeah, she's got ears. He's got those sort of eerie wing things.
Anyway, he's not enough about the art.
But then he's also got Iron Man's kind of thing on his chest. All right. No more.
I like the pale blue dice.
The dice are cool.
Is that what we have to say about it? Okay, but with a stat flip, this is pretty good.
Yes. Do we have a stat flip?
No, we don't. But it's really good stat flip.
Not yet.
We might do. We don't.
On the lookout for several globals.
Yeah. He could be good in a kind of in a rush team.
Interesting. Why is the rush group?
Well, because with Rocket,
you get Rocket,
yeah, because this is the cheapest. This is the cheapest, as James said. This is the only 3-cost Groot that we've seen. All the others have been 4 or 5, or even more, I think. But you know, you could
He's not the cheapest shield, though, is it? Although, to be fair, there are actually not very many good, cheap 2-cost shields.
Okay, because Rocket just rushes shield.
Deathbird.
In general, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Deathbird, the deadly one, and there's like one other, the Spot or something, but there's really not much.
The Spot is not good.
No.
We need stat flips.
It's cheap, but it's not good.
7-3-6-2-2-1. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
One that stops people from blocking. Yeah.
Has the meta ever been so long without a stat flip? Come on, Wincon.
Yeah.
Well, we've only just lost it. With
undoubtedly, for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, there was one on Bizarro before rotation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Another version of Groot will have the stat flip, unfortunately, probably.
That would be so cruel.
Yeah, but at least you still get the stats.
Yeah, but he'll probably be more expensive.
Oh, true, yeah. Good point.
But if actual ability goes with the stat flip kind of thing, like, like a Groot rush team would be not rush the keyword, but rush as in the strategy of just trying to get a bunch out and swing.
Yeah.
It would be pretty good if you had the ability to stop blockers. You'd get probably quite a lot of damage early on if you got a few of these.
True.
If you had a stat flip.
Yeah, he'd be pretty nice with the what is it? The absorbing man that copies that. No, he copies it when KO'd, didn't he? What was there something?
There's one for when KO'd, when attacked, and when fielded. So
fielded.
It's a Supergiant as well. Copies are when fielded.
Oh yeah, because then you could get two. Two characters can't block, which might be a bit nicer, but still, yeah, he's
buy multiple of these.
I like his purchase cost, but are we going to damn him with the faint praise of he's all right in draft?
Yeah.
Or do we not even go?
He's one to put aside for later.
Yeah.
He has potential for some shenanigans.
He does. Talking of which, Ben, do you want to give us the next one?
I do. I like this one. Kang calling Chrono allies.
Yeah.
Slightly strange. I think, is this his... what was that called? The set with Nitro in it.
Civil War.
Civil War.
Thank you. Civil War stats? Kang? I don't remember. Anyway, 245, 134, 133. Strange stat line. Maybe it's his Deadpool. I don't remember. But something around there. Anyway, has an ability we've seen before, but not for a long time. While Kang is active, at the start of your clear and draw step, you may move 3 dice from your field zone to your bag. If you do, you may draw an extra 3 dice from your bag.
Yeah.
It's not quite actually this. I'm telling a lie. It's not quite what we've seen before. It's a little bit like the Red Tornado from the early DC set, where you could shove aside some dice to draw more dice. But this is you're shoving aside dice from your field zone to draw extra.
See,
so you're getting 3 for 3.
What I hate about this is that the best swarmer that we have is the other Kang.
And I was about to say, it goes well with a swarm or a rush team. So you can kind of fix your bag a little bit before you draw.
Yeah, if you can do that, that's cool.
I kind of like this.
Well, if you're managing your bag and your bag you're emptying it each turn, then it just basically means you can draw the things that you want to.
Well, another thing that I think maybe it might be good with is something. Well, specifically might be good with Mr. Sinister Global. Although I don't know if it's just a win more card in that scenario. But one of the problems with the Sinister Global, if there is a problem with that global, is that you're getting lots of psychics out in the field, and that can be a danger to you through various things. But if you can then just shove them in your bag and then draw them again, even if you're just drawing the same dice, you're still getting the extra out of the Sinister.
Yeah.
By moving it along. So I think that could be good. And yeah, with Swarm or Rush, it's a bit of a fixer. I like it. It's very interesting. Could set up a big turn where you get a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
If you use perfect cards, that's interesting.
I can confirm that the stats are new.
Are they?
The previous stats were the same both in Age of Ultron and in Infinity Gauntlet, and they were 142, where the new one is 133, 152, where the new one is 134, and 255, where the new one is 240.
Okay, but it's the same color scheme as the
Yeah,
it is the same color scheme.
Ultron.
Same card scheme, but different actual numbers.
Bit more defensive, which makes sense for his ability as well. I like that.
I mean, it is quite nice that you've got the choice of drawing the extra dice or not if you don't want to. Like you said, Ben, you could just put them in your bag for next time around if you wanted to do something particular. You don't have to draw them all.
Yeah, it's also a really interesting way to repeat when fielded, which doesn't rely on giving your opponent the Dark Phoenix Global, for example.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You can get stuff out of your field to refield it.
Yeah, although presumably it seems like it's an all or nothing thing. It says you may move 3 dice from your field zone to your bag. If you do, you may draw an extra 3 dice from your bag. But it doesn't say you may draw up to 3. It's like you either draw 3 or you don't draw any.
Yeah, you have to have a way of getting mass numbers of characters out. That's why I think the Sinister Global or something like that might be useful.
Might be good.
Yeah, you could use it as extra form of ramp.
Yeah.
By fielding those sidekicks and then rolling them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or even like an instant war or something to field a bunch of psychics at a time.
I do wish it was up to 3 though. That would have been way better. Yeah. It could also work to if you're forced to field something that has energize or something to re-roll it again.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that his outfit looks particularly dynasty in this shot. He's got very sort of wide shoulders. Nice.
What you mean? You're talking about the Dallas spin-off from the 1980s.
Spin-off? That wasn't a spin-off. That was a competitor. How dare you?
Okay. I just had a good idea. I mean, it's not an amazing idea, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
A card I like quite a bit. The Super Giant Remote Possession, which is the uncommon 5 cost, where you usually use the rare. They both have when fielded abilities, so the uncommon I like is take control of target character die. The problem with that card is that it has regenerate as well, so it's very hard to get out of the field.
Yeah.
To repeat that when fielded effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an expensive combo because it's a 4 cost and then a 5 cost, but actually this gives you a guaranteed way of getting out of the field.
Yeah.
Avoiding the regenerate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, doesn't that thing that was spoiled also have regenerate that has when fielded draw whatever?
Yes.
You know, might have to narrow that down a little bit.
It was the super rare? The super rare thing
that people come here for.
He has the one fielded, but I think he also has regenerate or iron will maybe.
Iron will. Okay.
It's tricky to KO.
I thought you just meant thing rather than
no, the thing.
You mean
the thing, the creature, not a thing a bit
where you
big.
draw 3 dice and roll.
He's not a creature, he's a man.
Yeah. How dare you?
And I'll call myself Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're talking about Thing Idle to Millions, which is the super rare, which I think was spoiled on the Ministry Dice spoiled it.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yes.
Breast cancer thing. Iron Will, when fielded, roll 3 dice from your bag. Yeah, so it has Iron Will, so it's harder to KO.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, Iron Will.
It's a similar thing. Yeah.
Because with him, you can't KO something with Iron Will for a Dark Phoenix.
No, because you have to damage him first.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is hard to do without Magic Missile, right?
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so that is another way to cycle that. So that's interesting. That's a kind of not everyday use, but niche use. But
buy a 4 cost to make your 6 cost work. It's
I might just save
it's on
Kang
curve.
True.
It is.
I might just save Kang for my time travelers team.
And with Oscar.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's no longer legal in Modern, though, mate.
I like Super Giant. No. I really like that Super Giant, and one of the problems is getting it to be removed
with the regenerate. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And actually, there are several characters that do have regenerate, aren't there? But so that could be a good way of getting them back into the.
And I think maybe the Energize is probably actually that Black Widow from Infinity War in particular.
Yeah,
the one that spins down a level. You want to kind of trigger that over and over as much as you can.
Yeah,
And one of the annoying things is if you get it on character face.
Yeah, too right, yeah.
You kind of send it to the use pile a lot of the time. This gives you a reason. Yeah, the problem is that it has to be 3.
Yes.
Yeah, if it was up to 3, it would be really good, I think.
I know.
But if you field some sidekicks, you can add those into the mix.
Yeah. It's just not very repeatable.
No,
that's true.
It's tricky. We'll have to work it out. I'm sure there's a good use for this one.
I'm sure you or Nick can work it out.
Yeah. Very good. All right, James, do you want to bring us the next one, Wolvie?
Oh, you've skipped one there. Come on. No. That wasn't the next one. There's another one before that.
Well, there is one in this. Well, in the script, that's where we got it. Anyway,
script? I'm looking at the script. I'm looking in Messenger. I've got predator breeding program, sun bear,
Arc Nova cards.
Expert in herbivores.
We're exclusively spoiling some Arc Nova cards.
Oh my god!
They are having a water expansion, guys. Just so you know.
I know they are. Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
Right.
I was actually very sad that my friend who went to Essen said when he got back, "Oh, I should have picked you up one of those map expansion packs. They're only €5. I forgot." Yes, you should have done. Never mind.
You mean your former friend?
Yes, that's right.
The maps. I don't like the backside of those maps.
Dear God, what have I done? Anyway,
I'm sorry, this not wingspanny enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we start talking about birds instead. Well, actually, talking of birds.
Nice segue.
By all means, talk about the animals.
Wait, can you talk about the other animal first? Can we talk about the one in the script? So we should probably do the bird one last because it's probably the most interesting.
All right. Let's keep the listeners waiting for that. And James, please do Wolverine.
I can't find the bloody thing, but I know I can do the preamble, which is that the die, obviously Wolverine looking, or Dakin, I think that's his son, right? Or an X-23 looking die with a sort of ears. Oh, I've got it finally. Die appeared in the promo materials with some ridiculous stats.
Yes.
Along with what appeared to be a shield agent with equally ridiculous stats, like literally equally. It was a 087.
Yes.
That's the side we could see, and there was another shield agent with the same stats, and the very same Wolverine die does turn out to be Wolverine. It has the same colours, so we assume it's the same die.
Yeah, and
the stats have changed rather disappointingly.
They have.
It doesn't have 0 fielding cost on any of its faces, so obviously, I think it's fair to say that was a mock-up. It wasn't a real bloody die, because this one it's a Wolverine Savage. Horror. 4-cost fist, rather fetching artwork, but the stats are disappointing. 132, 144, 154. Not even the usual Wolverine stats, let alone the extreme 08, whatever it was. And that would lead us perhaps to believe that the shield agent might well have been a mock-up as well, because that was really confusing.
Yes.
That's a lot of steroids.
Yeah. Unless it was a helicarrier or something.
On your left.
Anyway, this one is he's just got deadly. He's a 4-cost fist with sort of lame stats and deadly.
And the X-Men affiliation.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not seeing the affiliations at all. Yeah, okay, yeah, and that.
I like the
bottom right.
Yeah,
I like the stats.
Dear.
Well, at least they haven't got the 3. At least they haven't got the 3 fielding cost.
They're not
We've got Robin. Yeah, we don't care about 3 fielding
I
costs.
really like consistency. I really like consistency on fielding costs, though.
Yeah,
111 is
what
a
you're
nice.
gonna get. Yeah, and deadly. I mean, his stats are fairly low, but I think that obviously the trade-off with him having deadly is pretty cool.
No. Deadly's making you.
You don't think that?
No.
Just okay. We're done with Wolverine, right? I wanted to point out something for invulnerability. Do we think this is going to be one of the full art basic actions? I was scrolling through our spoilers page on dmunited.com.
Oh yes,
and we have the
.eu
action.
.eu, but yes.
Sorry.
Get it right.
Apart from that,
dmunited.eu.
Yeah. I think if you go to dmunited.com, you get like an American soccer team. I think.
Are we not worldwide yet?
Well, we are, but just on an EU domain.
Okay, well, dmunited.eu. for all your spoiler needs. We have full art Daily Bugle and we have full art Distraction.
Yeah.
Seems like Invulnerability might be a good one for the full art.
It could be.
That Hulk looks like it has a bit more to it, doesn't it?
Who is he angry at?
Everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, just a side thought. And
I feel him.
Yeah. This is what James looks like for 95% of the day, isn't it, James?
Yeah, pretty much. You can only see my hands, but my face looks like that. Just picture that when you're watching the video.
Picture that, but upside down.
Yeah.
Flip it along the horizontal.
Yeah. So no, Wolverine with Deadly. Well, Deadly characters can be useful, can't they? From shenanigans around things getting KO'd and making everything.
There's not enough backup to Deadly characters, are there? Really? Like, what's the Deadly like? What's good about Deadly other than what is good about Deadly? Really, well, it's a solid keyword. There's nothing like saying you get +3 attack for all your Deadly characters or something. You know what I mean? There's not a thing that's made to work with it.
Well, I mean, it's good with
everything must block this character with Deadly.
Well, it's good with Doomlance, isn't it? But obviously, Doomlance is not legal anymore. Yeah. Choose one of your active character dice. Only that character die may attack this turn. All opposing character dice must block. When an opposing character die is KO'd, its controller loses 1 life.
Yeah.
See, and he's cheaper than the fetid bloat drone, which used to be used alongside.
But he's more expensive than Deathbird.
And he's not 087 primarily.
So you've got the ump about that, haven't you?
Well, okay, so here's the makings of a Deadly team, maybe.
Go on.
So Psylocke Adventure is a 2-cost mask, common from Dark Phoenix Saga. While Wolverine is active, there you go. While Wolverine is active, Psylocke gains Deadly.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, double
Perfect.
Deadly. Double Deadly. When fielded, spin target character die up 1 level. There you go. That's nice. That's my start of my Deadly team now.
That's a good start. You got 2 cards. This is a good team so far. And then you need something that punishes characters for being knocked out. Deathbird.
Yeah, now you have a free Deathbird.
Yeah, get the other Deathbird, and then
Sue Storm with a Force block.
Force block.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we have Gamora, who's another 4-cost Deadly character. She has 133, 243, 245 stats. Has Deadly.
With horrible fielding.
Yeah. She has Deadly as well, but she has Energized target character die gains +2 attack.
Yeah. But when I said Deathbird, by the way, I didn't mean the one with Deadly. I meant the one the one that does 3 damage when an opposing character die with 3D or greater his turn is KO'd.
Because you're not using the 2-cost Deathbird, you can use the 3-cost Deathbird because you now have a 2-cost Deadly character in Psylocke because Wolverine is active.
We've got a curve again.
We do have a nice curve.
We've got a curve. It's so exciting.
Where that curve is leading to?
Up a blind alley, I think. But you never know. It could be
into
fun.
Ronan.
Yeah. Well, who else is?
And Supreme Intelligence. 12 cost.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Do you think Deadly's going to be a bit more relevant now that we have Distraction? So you can use something to make sure they're... So why Deadly is good is that regardless of when they were engaged, they will die that round.
Yeah.
So one of the things Distraction leads to is if you force something to attack, they can just distract it back before they're KO'd. So if you're trying to get rid of something.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have a Deadly character, you can force something to attack, block it with a Deadly character, then even if they use Distraction to bring it back, they will still die.
That's right. Yeah. KO all character dice that were engaged with this character.
That'd be a good way to get rid of some Master Small tokens, maybe?
Some annoying stuff.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's common, so it's good in draft. I said it.
It's good in draft. It's good in draft.
Pretty decent.
It really is.
Yes.
It really is. All right, shall we move on to the final one, which I think is probably the most interesting. Who wants to do it? Peter?
Yes, it is a bird.
Hey.
Namely Black Swan.
Yes.
And she is serving what?
Someone.
Raboom Alal.
Yes.
Whoever that may be. It's a 3-cost bolt, and she has, when fielded, the next is that a shield character die.
She works at Tesco's, and he quite often pops in there. So
she serves
she's behind the counter.
It's on the deli counter.
Sausage rolls. Anyway, when fielded, the next shield character die you purchase costs 2 less, to a minimum of 1. She has some pretty decent stats for a 3-cost. 144, 155, 166.
Yeah.
Better than Wolverine.
Yeah.
Discounting your shield characters could be interesting. It's funny that it's on a bolt character. It's the bolt shield rush thing has to happen.
It does. It does.
Actually, I tried it.
Yeah, but not with Black Swan.
No, it was with Black Swan. I made a video with Jason the other day.
That will go up on our YouTube channel, DM United.
If it's not up already, it will soon be. Thank you, Ben. And I did almost exactly that. Oh, it's still on my mat, in fact.
How exciting!
Upside down.
I did. Yeah, I was looking for cheap shields to play with her. And what did I pick? Starro, I think, and I had Robin, and I don't know what else is it. But and Deathbird. And the team was by no means optimized, but I did think maybe I could do the Rocket Raccoon, rush shields, since I had a bunch of shields. And I think maybe I'm just not very talented, but it was kind of hard to line up, and I was sort of lacking in other ramp as well. I think that was the problem.
Did you add Kang?
I wonder.
I also wonder if just maybe
spoiling one at a time, but maybe next time.
I wonder if maybe the go-to play was the 4-cost Groot, which has rush bolts. So
that's been done, though. That's very much been done.
Use Black Swan to make the Groot cheaper.
Yeah, maybe,
and then go for the shields. Some kind of combination of that, or both of them in tandem. I don't know.
Yeah, there are good some obviously there are some good shields around.
There sure are. There was one. I think there's one that did quite well in the recent World Championships, wasn't there?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not that.
He figured on one or two of the teams anyway.
Yeah, I had Superman as well. Oh, and I had that bloody awful Supergirl. Hang on, let me just complain about that for a second.
Which one?
So the Superman rare, that was all right.
That's good,
it didn't do much, but I prefer the Deathbird. But the Supergirl, uncommon, Supergirl, sorry.
Thank you.
She's got energized, target character die gains Overcrush. It was supposed to be an Overcrush team, and again, my fault really. I had Psylocke, didn't buy it. Probably should have bought that one. I had Throne Car. I think I might have bought that eventually and won with it. And I had Supergirl to give Overcrush. But, again, it's this bloody timing thing. Energize, whatever you want to give Overcrush has to be in the bloody field.
For pumping and, for doing your I know, lining up stuff, not a good thing with that can.
Yeah, I don't like that Supergirl.
He who remains. That's who you need.
Anyway. Yeah, also, I will say, I bought a load of, I got the reduction quite a lot, but she's got really good stats, and I personally am always loath to sacrifice field presence for one, and sacrifice something which I kept rolling on 166. I'm supposed to just KO that to get a discount? No, I want to attack with that.
Yeah.
I wish it was, maybe they playtested it and it was too busted, but when fielded the next shield character, if it just said, shield character dice you purchase cost 2 less this turn, rather than just the next one. Like a discount on one character.
Yeah, I think it would be busted if that was
like
the
a
case.
Kitty Pryde for shield characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have liked that much more.
Yeah, that would have been.
Also, I will say, I know, again, we're not supposed to talk about artwork, but she's got enormous hands. What's going on there?
What is happening? Are they turning into wings?
She's making a huge
required massive
egg
hands.
omelette.
Yes, she does.
Cracking open an enormous egg.
I think she's bursting out of the egg, maybe.
Is she?
She's a swan.
Exactly.
Right, okay. It's a swan egg.
Anyway, we don't talk about art, do we?
What good stats for a 3-cost, though.
They are amazing, yeah. 144, 155, 166. That's really great.
Yeah,
and
I enjoy those.
And obviously, as well, it probably goes without saying that you can obviously field her for 1. Then you can spend a bolt to KO her using the Dark Phoenix Global, and then you can effectively buy a 5-cross shield then for a total of 3.
Having spent 5.
No. Having spent 3. So you 1 to field her.
Plus the 1 to field her and the 1 to knock her out.
Yeah, so 3 altogether.
Yeah, but you pay 2 and you get a 4 discount.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Thank you.
Wait, but the only thing you're actually gaining is her in your prep area. Otherwise, you could have just spent the 5 on the character.
No,
but you've only spent 3 though. You've only spent 3. So you spend 1 to field her.
You spent 1 to field her. You just said you spend 1 to field her, 1 to knock something out, and 3 to buy the.
No. But what I meant was what I meant was you pay 1 to buy her, and it's a total of 3. What you spent 1 to buy your 5 cost because you've got a discount of 4.
Oh, I see. Okay, got you. With the Dark Phoenix discount as well.
Yeah. So you get a discount of 4.
But then okay. So you're still just gaining her because you could have just done the same thing with a sidekick in your Dark Phoenix Globe.
Yeah, then you can do her again though, can't you? Next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So meta relevancy.
Yeah.
Probably not much. I'm wondering though. One of the things though, my issue with the Master Mold team that's very hot right now.
Yeah.
Is that it gives so many globals to your opponent.
Yeah.
Is there space for this on a kind of counter? So you're running Master Mold as well, but you know your opponent's going to bring a bunch of globals in a mirror match.
Yeah.
So you can maybe throw this on there, take away a Dark Phoenix global, for example. Still have that ability in a non-mirror match where you haven't given your opponent who's running Barry Allen, for example, a bunch of other globals.
Yeah.
So replace maybe the Dark Phoenix global with this. So you're not giving your opponent Dark Phoenix as well if they don't have it already.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Because one of the problems, because in playtesting, if you strip away the globals from the Master Mold team, it doesn't work anywhere near as well. But then at the same time, how many globals are you giving to your opponent? So, like, when I was playtesting against Dana, for example, I knew he was bringing so many globals, I could run a Barry Allen team without hardly any globals on it and have extra slots. Yeah. Just because I knew my opponent was doing it.
Did it help you beat him?
No, not really. But I'm thinking about if you were running Master Mold as well, you could run Master Mold and then take away Dark Phoenix. And then in a non-mirror match, you're not just giving your opponent Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe it might see some play for that. I think just the fact that it only does it once is a bit of a problem.
I think you still probably want Dark Phoenix to KO your Master Mold, though.
Yeah, maybe.
You would, yeah.
Yeah, true enough. And wouldn't you just use that other one that you like and I hate?
Proxima Midnight.
Yeah, that one. You
only need a discount on Master Mold once, right? Where Proxima Midnight reuses the...
Right.
They give you discounts over several turns.
Okay.
You don't need that in a Master Mold team. All you need to do is buy the Master Mold one time.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're benefiting from the stats on this card.
Yeah, you just leave it in the field, and then if your opponent KOs it, okay, fine. But like in a mirror match, like it has stats that will KO a Master Mold token.
I know.
3 cost.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, on her level 2 and 3 side, she can KO a token.
Anyway, I'm just wondering if there's something in that for some meta relevancy. I think this is it's a card that we'll see play.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, yeah.
It's strong.
Good. Well, those are some spoilers. We were very excited to bring them to you, and we will keep an eye out on our YouTube channel if you want to have a look at them or poke around on the website, because we will be putting them up as well in our exhaustive spoiler gallery, which is dmunited.eu. Let's not forget, and you can see it there. But with that, I think we will move on to our next segment. Okay, well, the second Black Panther movie has just hit the cinemas. It's very exciting. I can't wait to go and see it. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. who is excited about that, guys?
I am.
Bloody Thor, Love and Thunder.
You weren't a fan?
It was dreadful. Anyway.
You talk about it on the podcast.
Did we? No, I don't think
I don't know. Marvel has not been great for a few things.
I think partly... I think it's not been terrible. It's just obviously dealing with the kind of the shadow of what it created itself, because obviously the sort of Endgame and Infinity War were such ridiculous high points that it's so hard to.
No, Love and Thunder was genuinely terrible.
I don't think it was terrible. I enjoyed parts of it.
Yeah, I had some okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. There were bits that were all right. But as a film, it doesn't stop it being terrible.
Anyway, you're upside down.
So you don't count.
Wow. Exactly. So you don't.
Sick.
I know it's not relevant.
Maybe James is in opposite world. Maybe he just really liked it.
But in comparison to the new Jurassic Park, which I just saw, Thor: Love and Thunder is the best film I've ever seen.
Oh yes, I haven't seen
that Jurassic Park. Don't ever watch it. Don't just. Oh my days!
I saw the previous one with what's his name, Star-Lord. Was that
Chris
one?
Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
The final one in that trilogy is absolutely.
That was
the worst. Probably the worst movie I've ever seen.
Wow. Good. Well, we're not excited about that, but we are excited about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which has led us to consider the question of what is your favourite Black Panther? But actually, we were thinking about doing what is your favourite Black Panther, but then actually we looked at some of the Black Panther options that there are. There aren't that many, and well, they're not all that strong, should we say, to be charitable. So it might be a better question to ask, if you absolutely had to put a Black Panther on your team, which one would it be? Because there are 9 different versions currently in the game, not including, one that's already been spoiled that does look very exciting from the upcoming Secret Wars set. But we're not going to include that in obviously this little discussion because that's not actually available yet. But what do we think? What are in terms of picking out the bones of the Black Panthers? What's good and what's not? Ben?
Well, we have 9 to choose from, and I would say none of them are good. But if we had to choose, I'll choose one that probably no one else is going to talk about.
Go on.
I am going to say the UXM Rare Diversion. So the 5-cost fist has an Avengers affiliation, and if Black Panther does not attack, you may choose an opposing non-fist character. That character cannot block.
Right.
So,
okay. I'm looking forward to hearing this.
One of the good things about this from a UXM point of view is, now it's not so shocking, but the 4-cost from UXM with the stats 042152 was like, wow, okay, this is a big boy. Very pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems like Black Panther, despite being like a really tanky attack stats guy, is not a person who wants to ever attack anyone.
No, that's right. Based on his abilities, that is true, yeah.
Especially this one.
Is tanky the right word there?
I don't know.
Tanky was more sort of a defense thing.
Okay. The other words to describe dice stats.
Swingy.
Swingy, yeah, he is.
A big fisty guy.
Right.
He has big attack stats, 8-2, top level.
He does.
But he doesn't want to attack. Why I like this card, I think it reminds me of the Sagi the Dark Clown from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which also had if it does not attack. And I kind of like that ability where if it just stays in the field and you go into the attack step with something else, it gives you a benefit. It's an interesting... Sagi the Dark Clown did some damage to a character, and this one chooses a character that cannot block. I like its repeatability. It can kind of sit there and say, okay, this guy's not blocking. In an era where we didn't have a lot of blocker manipulation, especially after Relentless got banned. This was an interesting piece. It was obviously too expensive for what it was. But it was cool. And I really liked the stats at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, an 8-2 on top level was, or 1-8-2 on top level was very cool. And certainly not to be sniffed at. But James, what are your thoughts?
Thank God. Thank God you came to me, because there's only one of them I actually like.
But I have one. There's one that's okay.
Actually, well, before I was going to invite you to talk about the one that Ben just brought up, because I'm sure you love it too, don't you?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
Should we? There's one of us needs to say the obvious thing in kind of counter to what Ben has said. If you've spent $5 buying a big character, a big smashy character, as you kind of pointed out, the last thing you want to be doing is not attacking with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, but I like the idea of the ability. I think it's more interesting than probably the uncommon is better, that it gets +2 when attacking alone, because it only becomes a 10 attack.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
But that's not.
I've got literally nothing else to say.
But that's not a particularly interesting ability. Are you going to choose that one?
Well, yeah.
Or James,
if I had to play a
poor man's Wolverine.
For the
obviously,
second,
I'm going to choose that one.
You've
got a gun to my head. You've got a gun to my head, and I have to choose a Black Panther. I'm not going to choose.
Oh, really? Not the like.
Really?
Okay, I think there's way better ones than any of the UXM ones. I was trying to choose a set that no one else would choose.
I would totally choose T'Challa. With something to make him unblockable.
T'Challa. Go on, James. Talk about him quickly. Go on.
There's nothing much to say. It's Black Panther, T'Challa, 5-cost fist. I mean, they're all bloody 5-cost bar 1, so that rules them out for me, really. But Black Panther gets +2 attack when attacking alone, and obviously he's got the stats we've already mentioned. Great fielding cost. Nice black and gold dice. And, just something to make him unblockable, whatever it is. Or field clear or something. And that's it. That's all I've got. I don't like any of them, really.
Okay, well, scrap my first choice. James can talk about the Uncanny. I'll pick one of the way better ones later on. Okay.
Go for it.
All right, we'll come back to you again then, Ben. Yeah, I'll give Peter a go now.
I prefer the more recent ones over the UXM ones for sure.
So just so the listeners know, it's been in 3 sets: UXM,
yes,
Avengers Infinity, and more recently Infinity Gauntlet. Obviously, he is coming again in Secret Wars, but we haven't seen those yet, apart from one.
Although it's a she in Infinity Gauntlet.
Excuse me. Yes, you are right. Yes.
The Infinity Gauntlet ones are pretty fun. But I also like the Avengers Infinity ones, although they interact with villain characters, and so you need some way of having your opponent have only villains. Because there's the Orphan King, and that cannot be blocked by villain character dice or sidekick character dice.
Yes.
So if you had something like the old Danger Room that turns everything into villains,
which was around when this card came out.
Yeah, was it?
Yep.
There you have it. Unblockable 8-2, not bad.
8-2. Not bad. Yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah, there was kind of a little bit of hype around the Black Panther dice when they came out, because there was a villain maker pretty easily available.
Yeah.
And it's good with a villain maker, and I like the pink dice. So, but yeah,
he's pretty good. I think if I would choose one, I like the Infinity Gauntlet Common, which is another 5-cost. Yes, I know. 5-cost fist with the Avengers affiliation. He's obviously still got the 042, 152, 182 stats. It says when Black Panther is blocked by at least one non-psychic, non-Avengers character die, she gains Overcrush. Yay.
Yeah, it's really good. Well, not really good. It's much better than the UXM ones.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's all you need is a forced block and a non-sidekick, non-Avengers character on the opposing side, and you get an Overcrusher.
Yep.
Exactly. Lovely job.
A good stat
the attacking stats are brilliant. Obviously the slight downside is that she's probably going to get knocked out every time.
Then her fielding cost is nothing.
She attacks, but the fielding costs are great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she's cool. I like the that one, definitely the best. He's good. She's good. Sorry, stop doing that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Were you going to pick something else, Ben?
Like the best one, which no one talked about. Like the rest are pretty terrible compared to this one.
Go on.
Okay. I'm really shocked that no one. I thought, okay, everyone picked this one, and we struggle for the rest of them. Okay, Black Panther, Might of Wakanda, which is the rare. When fielded, your opponent must pay one energy, or 1 life for each blocker they declare this turn. There's loads of ways to abuse this. So, okay, it's a 5 cost, so a bunch of when fielded abilities are difficult to trigger on a 5 cost. But with the fielding cost it has, you need to buy one of these, and then you can do a bunch of stuff. It's basically a win condition for any kind of energy drain you want to do, which you can do with stuff like Sage or Jinzo, where you're kind of denying them blow balls.
Yeah.
And then this can be a win condition for that kind of control build. It's just, you swing with it, your opponents block it, it gets KO'd, you do it again next turn, and paying 1 energy or 1 life for each blocker, you can... It's I don't know, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
This is the only one I would play, probably, out of all of these.
There we go. I knew you were going to pick that. I knew you were going to pick that, that's why I didn't pick it.
Well, I thought everyone else was going to pick this one, that's why I didn't...
No, we left it for you.
Yeah, we're very charitable. Well, so maybe that Black Panther is the best one. What do you think? What would be your pick out of these 9? I mean, obviously, we did mention the other Black Panther. We didn't actually say what the other Black Panther does. The other Black Panther is a super rare from the Secret Wars set that weirdly, well, we did talk about in the last episode if you want a bit more analysis on that, but it brings another new Wincon into the game because it says when Black Panther is active, if you attack with 6 or more different Fantastic Four characters, you win the game. Look at that.
I think the rare from Infinity Gauntlet is better than that one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That is a bold statement, but one that you're allowed to make. So do you agree, listeners? Is Ben right?
Build the team. Face them off.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, if you'd like to check out our recent video, Jason actually did build the team with the spoilt one. I will put a link in the show notes.
Maybe we should do a Black Panther off. I'll be up for more than
that. We didn't all manage to successfully play our draft games, did we? So we should be careful not to overpromise on that. I'd say. But a nice idea in principle, and then life gets in the way, doesn't it? But good stuff. Well, what's your verdict on that? What is, in your view, the best Black Panther? Do get in touch and let us know using the contact details at the end of the show, and you might get your comment read out in a future episode. But let's move on to the next segment. Okay, well, just a little bit of AOB to round up. Dice Fight still continues Thursday nights if you fancy some Dice Master action on a Thursday evening, 9 p.m. UK time, 10 p.m. Central European time, earlier in the day if you're in the States or Canada. James, what's happening on the 17th and 24th of November?
November, the what of November?
17th.
No.
Yes.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Really.
November the 17th, single set. So presumably all your cards must come from one set.
Yeah.
And that's silver card pool, which means shinies onwards up to present day, and the orange ban list, which you can find on the website. And on the 24th of November, we have modern, presumably new modern. It's red, which is unrestricted, and the exciting thing is that you can add the Cosmic Cube.
Flipping heck.
To your team. Oof. Yeah, that could be carnage.
So yeah, Cosmic, if you fancy a bit of Cosmic Cube action, that sounds pretty red to say the least. I mean, that is ultra red, I would say, if that's being thrown into the mix. So if you fancy blood on the floor in terms of Dice Master stuff, then get involved with that Thursday nights. And I've already said the time, so I don't need to say it again. And we will put a link to the show notes to that particular event. Other than that, there's Dice Masters versus Cancer, which is coming up on this coming Saturday, the 19th of November, being run by the guys at Ministry of Dice. It's an annual event. This year it's being online again, raising money for cancer research. They are doing it's all Swiss, isn't it? I think, event. Yeah. With quite an extensive ban list of cards that featured in top cut teams from the World Championships, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of stuff that you can't use, but it will encourage creative team building, no doubt. And if you want to get involved, then head on over to the Ministry of Dice website, and you can get involved with that on the evening of the 19th of November if you're in Europe, or earlier in the day if you're on the other side of the Atlantic. We would love to hear from you if you want to get in touch. Do you want to talk to us about Black Panther? Do you want to talk to us about some of the spoilers that you have heard? Then you can send us an email. James, what's the address?
It's hello@dmunited.eu.
It is indeed. Don't forget to like, rate, review, and subscribe using your favourite podcast app if you want to be the first to know about a new episode. It's been really good to have your company this time around. We will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Raboom alal, shake, shake the room. Raboom alal, shake, shake the room. Tick, 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 boom.